What's up and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to begin a review for the Japanese animated film Sword Art Online, the Ordinal scale. Now this is based on the Japanese, I think, manga series. I know they have like novels too, but they also have like an anime series too as well, which I've heard of but I never actually watched any of them, So this will be my first like introduction into the world of Sword Art Online. And I must admit, I thought this film, it had like some excellent like visuals. Like the look of the film was like excellent, But I'm gonna go ahead and touch on like the things that I thought were kind of off about it and the things that I did enjoy about the movie, itself. Particularly like the animation. Now this film is set in the future, but not too far in the future. It's actually set in the year 2026. And I think like VR, like gaming has become like the thing, it's like very popular, and like the gamers themselves are experiencing like, the gamers themselves are experiencing like the ups and downs, I guess you could say, of being in like a virtual reality world. But one of the things I thought was kind of cool about it, is they can actually cut this like this thing they call augmented reality. They actually can cut it on at any point, almost like they can carry this around with them, that they can just cut it on and go inside this virtual world. Now I thought that was kind of interesting and cool, Now, when the movie does start, it gives like an introduction to what happened previously before this film. Now, apparently in the actual like anime series, there was this gamer known as the Death Gun, who was actually able to kill the person in the real world. It's like, because they're in a virtual world like VR, he actually can kill the person in the virtual world. Where if he kills them in the real world, he will actually kill their avatar in the actual like virtual world. So it gives like a backstory on what was going on with that, because this film takes place after that. Because when he did it, he actually like caused something to happen where it caused all like the players to get trapped in this the Sword Art, like the VR itself. They actually all got trapped in there, but then they were eventually saved, I think, at one point. But this film actually picks up after the events of that. It's kind of complicated, that's why I was kind of like having trouble explaining what's going on, But basically the film itself is set like in a VR, like environment, where they can actually enter this VR virtual world at any point. Now the protagonist of the film and of the whole series in general is, I think that's how you say his name, Caritio, and he's a teenager who was chosen by 1,000 beta testers to try out this new state-of-the-art virtual reality game. And once he tried it, he was actually like kind of like stuck in it, and he was unable to unplug himself from it. And that's his backstory, but he is also like the protagonist of this film. But he's actually the protagonist of the whole series, but that is actually his backstory, When I looked it up, that was that's what his backstory is, but he is like the star of the film too as well. Now in this film, Caritio and his partner Asuna, and there are other party members who are part of that, I think, the Sword Art like franchise. They explore this new world known as the Ordinal scale, and that's the title of the movie, Ordinal scale, which is like a new VR game that they are experiencing. Now, apparently something happens with this game where players find out that the line between like reality and the virtual world are becoming blurred, and their worst nightmares in this virtual world are becoming true. And there's also like little hints of like, I think, like ghosts and stuff, so on like that and stuff, But like Caritio and his friends, they must join together and save, everybody, save like, what's going on, the people who are in the VR, like the Sword Art and stuff, so on, It's kind of complicated, because I'm new to the series. I didn't really know what the series is about, but I've heard of it, so it's kind of like a complicated, plot line. Anything that takes place, like I said, in the near future, 2026, and it's based around like VR game, like virtual reality game, where you put on like the visor, and like I said, at times they can actually just cut it on anywhere, and I thought that was cool and awesome, So I found the film kind of like confusing to a certain extent. I still enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. It's a cool anime film, and I'm willing to give these a shot, because they already established. They have like an anime series, they have like novels, so I'm actually willing to give this a try, But what really drew me to it though was like the look of the film. Like the animation they did on this film was just like superb. Like whenever like they're out in environments like or eating, like the look of the characters like Caritio and all them, like his outfit that he wears and stuff and everything, it just looks so awesome and cool, even when he's like cooking and stuff. Like those kind of things about the film were just awesome. Plus another thing, like with this film too, when I saw it, it was actually like in Japanese, you can hear like the language, so I actually had to read the subtitles, which also kind of made it kind of complicated because I had to read the subtitles as I'm watching the film too as well. So that's what kind of made it kind of confusing to a certain extent. But now I thought the pacing of it was like pretty cool. Like whenever they're in the VR, like the virtual reality like segments, like a lot of the battles they had were like awesome. Like whenever they're like fighting, they had to fight these like giant monsters. It kind of reminds me of Yu-Gi-Oh to a certain extent. Because they're playing like in this like virtual like kind of world. It's very similar to that, but instead it's actually like in the future. And everything about it, like the look of the film is like high tech. Everything is like futuristic. Like the look of everything. Like you have like I don't know what to call it. It just looks high tech. And I think that's cool and awesome. That's why I'm willing to get it serious to try. But in Sword Art Online, the Ordinal scale. Oh yeah, the movie too. This is the movie as well. I'm sorry. I'll be giving this I'm aiming to give this a B minus. Like I said, it's kind of confusing. I guess if you're like a fan of the series, you can kind of understand it. You probably be able to enjoy it even more. But I did thought it was cool. I would recommend it. Like especially for like based on the look of alone. It just looked superb. Like the animation, it was awesome. And I'm a fan of those kind of films. When they look real good, like the animation. So yeah, I'm giving Sword Art Online, the movie, the Ordinal scale. I'm giving this a B minus. And that is my review. Alright.